I'd like to address the Federal Home Loan Housing Finance's proposed rulemaking regarding membership requirements for federal home loan banks. And I'm concerned that the proposed rule would unnecessarily harm a significant number of community financial institutions in Oklahoma and across the country by limiting membership in the federal home loan bank system. In recent years, it's been increasingly difficult for these institutions to provide mortgage financing needed in their communities, and the federal home loan banks have served a very critical role as a source of liquidity during these challenging times. I guess my question, Mel, is why propose such regulation at a time when community banks and credit unions are in need of every credit resource available to them to serve their communities? Or as Congressman Watt would have said, what's the problem you're trying to fix with this rule?
Well, there are some potential problems that we're trying to fix to make sure that the federal home loan banks meet the statutory purposes that have been set. First of all, you don't want anybody to be a member of the federal home loan bank system and get the benefits of it unless they meet the criteria that Congress has set. And we were concerned that some of the members of federal home loan banks were not meeting those criteria. I mean, I can go into more detail. I can give you a complete outline of the rationale, but we're trying also to do this in a way that does not have the adverse impact that you're talking about.
But as I understand it, Director, under the present system, once an institution meets the requirement to participate, they still have all the obligations and all the standards that have to be met by any home loan bank board institution. There's just some concern out there in the countryside, and perhaps in the hallways of Congress, that there's more to this than just an ongoing set of standards, that perhaps, since the administration's not really been able to legislate much in the last 4+ years, that this is another effort to change how the system works by rule and not by law, since I don't think this institution would pass a bill to do this. So I guess my question is this an effort by the administration to be able to channel and steer how these institutions use this resource?
First of all, let me be clear with you, as I've been with the administration, I'm not part of the administration. The Federal Housing Finance Agency is an independent regulatory agency. We don't play out the administration's policy. We follow the statute, and that's what we're doing in this case.
But once again, to paraphrase Congressman Watt, the folks what brung you are the folks what keep you there, i.e., the question still goes back to, is this an effort to try, through the rule process, to determine how these resources are used and, in effect, to put the institutions that are a part of the Home Loan Bank Board system on a rather short leash?
We have no agenda other than making sure that members of federal home loan banks meet the criteria that Congress has established for membership. The one that, and I know this is a controversial issue because we put out the rule, we got 1,300 comments. I mean, that's almost unprecedented. We're going to go through every one of those comments and evaluate every single one of them. And most of them, to be quite, I would say probably 90% of them appear to be against the proposed rule. That obviously, we've touched a nerve.
It's good.
But we are going to apply the statute and try not to have the adverse impact that people are contemplating might be a result of this rule.